tall, and the air hums with the secrets of the wild, there lived two Skunk Ape Brothers. Their names were Etu and Onai, and they were the guardians of the ancient mysteries of the swamps. Covered in thick, matted hair, they moved like shadows, their presence barely a whisper on the wind. The mid-1980s brought neon lights and synth music to the world beyond, but in the swamp, time moved to the rhythm of nature's heartbeat. It was during this era, under a moonlit sky, that the brothers encountered the Dogman. The Dogman was a figure of legend, a specter of a man who once bartered his essence for the survival of his kin. His eyes, now glowing with a spectral light, spoke of the countless miles he had roamed, seeking redemption that always slipped through his fingers like grains of sand. He stood before Etu and Onai, his voice a gravelly echo of the man he once was. Brothers of the swamp, he began, I come bearing a warning of peril so great it threatens the very fabric of this world. The Skunk Ape Brothers listened intently as the Dogman spun a tale of celestial invaders, servants of the devil, and who had watched with covetous eyes. They seek to cleanse this planet of life, to harvest the souls of humanity for the cosmic crusade, he growled. Etu and Onai changed a glance, their silent communication a language of the wild. They knew the weight of the Dogman's words, for they too had felt the stirrings of something sinister in the air. We will stand with you, Onai declared, his voice firm like the ancient oaks. The swamp has been our home, and we will protect its secrets with all our might. The Dogman nodded, a semblance of peace touching his tormented visage. Together we shall face this foe, the Dogman declared. For in unity there is lies strength enough to challenge even the devil's will. The Dogman had discovered the aliens' arrival time through a combination of ancient lore and celestial events. His years of wandering had led him to cross paths with many keepers of hidden knowledge, from the shamans to the mystics who shared with him the signs to watch for in the stars. The Dogman's warning came not a moment too soon, for the signs were clear and the time of the aliens' arrival was upon them. Together with the Skunk Ape Brothers, they braced for the confrontation that would decide the fate of all earthly beings. The night was still in the heart of the swamp, a silence so profound it seemed as if the world held its breath. Ute and Onai, the Skunk Ape Brothers, stood vigilant, their senses attuned to the whispers of the wild. The Dogman paced relentlessly beside them, his ears pricked for the faintest sound of the unknown. Suddenly, the tranquility shattered. A brilliant light pierced the darkness, casting eerie shadows among the trees. A low hum vibrated through the air, growing louder, more insistent. The swamp itself seemed to recoil as the alien craft descended, its form obscured by the shroud luminescent fog. The brothers tensed, their eyes narrowing. The Dogman's growl rumbled deep within his chest, a primal warning of the danger that loomed. The craft touched down, and the swamp fell silent once more, as if nature itself awaited the unfolding drama. From the craft emerged beings not of this earth. Their forms were slender, almost ethereal, with skin that shimmered like the scales of a fish. Their eyes glowed with a cold, calculating intelligence, and they moved with a grace that contradicted their sinister purpose. And two stepped forward, his stature imposing, a silent challenge to the invaders. Onai flanked him, his gaze steady and unyielding. The Dogman stood shoulder to shoulder with the brothers, his presence a testament to his unspoken vow to fight. The leader of the alien beings raised a hand, a gesture of peace or perhaps deceit. "We come not in war," it spoke, its voice a melodic chime, "but for the salvation of your kind." The Skunk Ape Brothers exchanged a glance, their thoughts one. They knew the truth of the Dogman's warning, the malevolent intent behind the honing words of a roar that echoed through the swamp, that made their stand, declaring their defiance against the celestial interlopers. The first encounter was not one of battle, but of wills. A silent declaration that the earth and its secrets would not be surrendered without a fight. The alien beings retreated to their craft, their message delivered, but the Skunk Ape Brothers remained resolute. The Dogman nodded in approval, his eyes reflecting the fire of resistance. "This is but the beginning," he said. "The battle lies ahead." And as the alien craft ascended, disappearing into the starlit sky, Etu and Onai and the Dogman prepared for the war that would determine the fate of all earthly beings. The alliance was an unlikely one, but in the face of such of an extraterrestrial threat, it was their unity that shone as a beacon of hope. The swamps of Florida had become the unlikely stage for a cosmic battle, with its defenders ready to protect their home against the darkness that sought to engulf it.